let's just keep going with Jolly Roger Bay for a little bit. So I gotta clown on Google a little bit as we get things started today. I got a little bit of a beef with them going on right now. Let me fill you in on what's happening here in the bird sea catchman world here. So some people may know, I've talked about it a little bit. I have a video on this, etc., etc. I don't usually upload videos through the way that people normally do, which is you go onto the YouTube, www.youtube.com, and get your games, and then like there's like a little portal that you go onto, and you can upload videos that way. That's not the way that I do it. So the way that I upload videos, I wrote a little program to do it for me, which hooks into what is called the YouTube API, which, well, YouTube Data API is what it's called. Now, it's an API that's free to use. You just sign up for it, and they just say, like, you know, they set some reasonable limits, so it's like you can't upload like 1,000 videos per day or something like that. Like it has to be, you have to communicate with them. Like this is how many they give you a default, and you have to adhere to that. And normally the way it works is that I'm able to upload 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've been using this program for years. I think I wrote it back in 2017, spring of 2017. So, I've been riding with the default limits the entire time, which allows me to upload 10 videos per day, which I obviously don't do, but that's my limit. So that's what I could do in theory. Now I've had this, I've had my Google developer account. I've had all this stuff set up for you know, since 2017, and I went to start uploading some stuff the other day, and they gave me an error message, which was like, oh, what the hell? They gave me an error message, which was, you've exceeded your quota, meaning that it's like I've uploaded the maximum amount of videos that I can for that day. And my quota was 0. So they basically told me, like, randomly that they were like, yeah, you can't upload videos anymore through our API. And I was thinking, like, that's extremely weird. Of course, their error messages weren't helpful whatsoever. Eventually I figured out that at some point in the past 2 or 3 days, Google made it so that everybody has to link their developer accounts with a billing account. So basically they have a little credit card. Oh yeah, I forgot that thing can hurt you. That's weird. So Google wants us to have a credit card associated with, like, oh, what the hell's happening? Wow, I don't recall the physics doing this sort of stuff. Maybe that's just like a weird emulation thing. So anyway, maybe Google just wants a credit card associated with every developer's account. And it took me like an hour or two to figure out that that was the reason why they dropped my quota to 0. Again, basically meaning that I couldn't upload any videos to Google or to YouTube. So I was like, okay, well, what are the steps to, like, get your quota increased? Because I have to increase it from 0 to literally any number higher than 0 to get stuff to work again. Again, the default is 10. So the way you get these things is you have to contact, like, Google's seller support, and you basically just fill out this obnoxiously long letter. It's so ridiculous. It's like, please describe in detail, like, what your program does. Give us the website of your company. Send us a video of how of you running your program so that we can see what it does. And then they were like, they also asked for a design document for the program so they could verify like what I'm doing. and every single text field has a minimum of 200 words, and so I'm filling out this form, and I get to the section where it's like, please upload your documentation, and I was like, I wrote this by myself over the course of 3 weekends. There is no documentation. And then they were like, what's the like website for your company? And I just was like, I didn't know what to put down, so I just put down my YouTube account. So, they had, I shit you not, on this customer support form, they had they had 2 text boxes with the exact same question on them, which was give us like a in-depth overview of what you do with like the YouTube API. And so I copied and pasted the responses, and wouldn't you know it, even at the maximum amount of like high school essay level fluff that I could throw at this thing, I was still coming out. You can't really describe. I run a program which uploads YouTube videos and puts a thumbnail on them, and it runs from my own computer. Even when I fluffed that out, it was still like 80 words. So, what do? Except I wrote my description. I then, after that, next paragraph said, your form requires 200 words minimum. There's nothing else to describe this program. And then I just copied and pasted the word fluff over and over and over again until I was able to submit the form. So I submitted the form on Saturday. I haven't been able to upload basically any YouTube videos for about 3 or 4 days now. I don't know where this last red coin is. How many do I have there? 7. Okay, I'll keep looking. So I haven't been able to upload any videos for like basically 3 or 4 days at this point, which is getting a little bit annoying because I only have enough Super Mario 64 videos to get me through to tomorrow. Actually, it's today. If this doesn't get resolved by tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm not going to be able to upload any videos unless I do it manually, which ew. I don't want to do that. I may. Anyway, so they sent me an email. Saying that I needed to give them more information. They were like, please attach a screenshot of what your program does. And so, here's the thing. Because I use this by myself, I have never bothered to actually compile the code into a .exe file. The way that my program runs is in my code. I look at my raw source code in Eclipse, which is my like code writing thing for Java code. There's a button that says run your program, and I click that. I don't even... The output of this program is nothing except it gives me a link to the video after it uploads so that I can go on to I can click on that link, which will take me to like the creator panel for it, and I can click monetize. Because the YouTube API doesn't let you automatically monetize your videos. It's a whole nother super frustrating shitty thing about it. So I take a screenshot of my code, which is literally one line, which says uploading a video. It's just in text. That's all it says. And then an error message saying that God damn it, I exceeded my YouTube API quota. So I just sent them a screenshot with 2 lines of words on it. It's what they wanted. So I send that shit to them. And I haven't heard from them. And again, literally, just to remind everybody, my quota is at 0. The default quota, what I could do right now if I wanted to just like fix this issue and not have to deal with their like customer support, is I could just make a new account. You read? I could just make a new YouTube, not a YouTube account, I could make a new like Google account and then link my credit card to that, and I would have the default quota, which would allow me to like just start doing shit again. They're just refusing to give me the default amount that anybody has when they start when they fire up their account for the first time. Google, man, what a shit show. Oh god. So that's where the story ends for now. I will complain about this more as time warrants, but what a fucking company, man, what a joke. Like, honestly, I don't know why they have any amount of clout in the tech industry, given the, I mean, if Google didn't have their search engine, like, they would be such a washed up company. They would have gone out of business 20 years ago. Like, they cannot run their shit at all. And, like, YouTube just gets worse and worse as time goes on, and I barely even have any stake in that game, but I'm still just, like, on the sidelines, like, goddamn. Whew. So we'll see. But anyway, got that out of the system. I just thought it was, I'm not really that, like, turned about it. I just think it's very, aggravating, but exasperating, I guess. Just kind of like how long it has taken them to do this too, because I've been working on this for like nearly 2 days now. But is what it is. Damn it. Okay, there's a way to be really cool about that. I can't get that thing. I'm not cool enough. But yeah, so that's that. What else is kind of amusing? Jeez. Something else going on that is kind of amusing, and I would like to share it with y'alls, but I legally shouldn't. But I will after like a week, and it's not nearly as exciting as it sounds. But it's just amusing. It's just amusing, and we'll just let that mystery hang for the next 10 days or something. And that's that'll make me sound way cooler than what is actually going on. Anyway, so that's that. I have collected like 7 stars here without really even paying attention to a single thing I was doing, but I had fun doing it. So let's get an owl friend to help us out. Who's there? Who woke me up? It's still daylight. I should be sleeping. I don't know why I turned him into a mummy. Anyway, as long as I'm awake, why don't take a short flight with me? Whoops. Oops. No, Schwoops the owl. Come back. I don't know if he has an actual name, but I'm gonna call him Schwoops, because he's swooping. Okay, so I'm gonna use Schwoops the owl to... God, oh yeah, I forgot. He's a huge pain in the ass to use, because he's not all that easy to control. I don't think I came even close. Damn it, Schwoops the owl. Owls in Nintendo 64 games, man. Stay away from them. At least he's not quite on par The fucking owl from Ocarina of Time. He's not much better. Okay, let's knock this thing over. What am I supposed to be doing? Shoot into the wild blue. I'm actually not doing that star right now. I don't really actually know which one I'm going for at the moment. But if I want... Oops, I just got bullet billed. If I did want to do the shoot into the wild blue, and way to do that one is just... oh, hang on. Come, damn it. Come on. Damn. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I was trying to be swag, as I often am wont to do in this game. If you word clouded this playthrough, I'm sure that the word swag would appear more often in this playthrough than any other Birdcatcher Classic series that I've ever done. But the amount of... There's going to be no correlation between the amount of times I say the word swag and the actual swag that I produce, which is a little bit sad. But, you know, the real swag is the swag that's in our hearts along the way. Okay, so this is the actual star for shooting the wild blue. I don't really know what I'm doing today in terms of just a goal with this game. I mean, I guess I'm just chilling. I'm just, this game, I've played this game so much that, like, even as mindless as I'm making this look, it's even more mindless than that to me. Like, I remember when I started replaying this, like a couple of weeks ago, when I had just gotten it, and I was going through the courtyard, and I was going through, like, the front of the castle and stuff like that, and I didn't remember a lot of it. Oh, damn. Oh, okay, that could have been a lot worse. There was a lot of stuff that I'd forgotten. So... that didn't really last. I feel like I mean, this is a game that I played when it came out, which was back in 1996, and then I think probably at least once every 2 or 3 years I'll play through it and beat it again, just because it's fun. There's a couple of games that I have like a little Nintendo pilgrimage for, I guess is the way to describe it. There's this one, there's Super Mario World on the SNES, there's Yoshi's Island, which is amazing, and then Chrono Trigger. I was gonna say that's another game that is kind of like my a game that I like constantly come back to and just like 100% every once in a while. So for me, like, yeah, I can just play through this and focus so little on what I'm doing and still be okay, except if it's TikTok Clock or, God forbid, Rainbow Ride, which we'll be getting to sooner or later. Let's just see if I can drop into this star. I'm sick of its shit already. There's an easier way to do this, I think, than using the bird. Who, like, okay, if it looks like he's really hard to control, he's really hard to control. Like, that, he's getting remarkably, he does not at all turn the way you expect him to. Yeah, we're not making that. Okay. Okay, I think I have to use the owl to do this. Ugh. Yeah, he is really, really tough to control. He, like, vaguely kind of arcs in the direction that you're going for. And, it's just not... He has a huge, huge turning radius. I think that's fine. Wow, what the fuck was that? Was that just me, or did, like, Mario... Oh, no, that wasn't a good jump. Oh, okay, it was fine. He just kind of went his own way there, like a Stevie Nicks song. Okay, come on, there we are. You play Final Fantasy 7 and 10 every once in a while. I would play more Final Fantasy 7 games, Final Fantasy games more often, like replay them, except that they're generally too long. Whoa, shit, I got some speed. They're just generally too long. I mean that in the sad, like, I'm Mr. Adult Man now and I don't have free time for anything at all, sort of way. Not like the video game's too long, though it might be, I don't really know. Does he not have a shadow when you should drop? He probably does, but the problem is the draw distance in the shadow isn't long enough. So, like, as you can see, I don't have a shadow on these platforms either, because it's, like, too far away. The game won't render the shadow. That's it. Mamma mia, Papa Pia, baby played the diarrhea. Oh, God. Okay. We're good? We're good. Let's give it another shot. Yeah, anyway, plus, the thing about Final Fantasy VII is that it's so ugly looking. A lot of PlayStation games, I think, have aged reasonably well. Final Fantasy VII is not one that I would... Final Fantasy VII is not one that I would say has aged as well. Like, if you compare how Final Fantasy VII on the PSX aged compared to, like, say, Metal Gear Solid, like, Metal Gear Solid still looks kind of decent enough. You know, the lack of facial animations, they make them kind of look like they're Minecraft people. But aside from that, like... Oh my god, finally. Aside from that, like, it's still pretty reasonably fine. But Final Fantasy VII, like, jeez. There's so much wrong with how it looks now. Like, there's nothing about it that still has a whole lot of charm or appeal to me. Like, the pre-rendered backgrounds to save, like, on this space. The fact that everyone's, like, they don't have thumbs. Everyone basically just has a forearm that ends in a stump that got chopped off. Oh, well. What am I doing? I'm trying to read the thing, but I keep getting distracted. Okay, I'm doing red coins. I mean, the important thing is that Tifa's still hot, so... Okay, where... the others, I guess... I don't... Oh, there's one on top of the on top of the Womp. I was like, I'm forgetting one around here before I go to the spinning platforms, and I'm gonna be really pissed off if I don't get it. Oh, there's two. Okay, that's fine. So is there one? Is there something down there, or is that something I remember from Super Mario Galaxy? Okay, that's definitely from Super Mario Galaxy. I think so. Gosh, that would be a really funny way to die. You can replay this level in Super Mario Galaxy, and they added a whole bunch of stuff, and it's been a lot longer since I've played 64 than I've played Galaxy, so I'm having to remind myself, like, okay, there isn't a platform over here, there isn't, you know, this other little fun secret thing over here, like, well, that's unfortunate. I'm not even on call.